Up next on the FMV archive, I'm Your Man. Well, not me, but that's actually the name of the game. I'm Your Man from 1992, the world's first interactive movie. Well, that's what it says it was, but was it really the world's first interactive movie? A little bit of a history lesson today about interactive films, especially in the United States. I'm Your Man was in 1992. This game, or actually movie, was actually created by Bob Bajan. If you ever look this guy up, this guy is kind of always on the bleeding edge of marketing and technology. He started off with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and their marketing and their promotion of that were kind of when they started to get big, when they started to do the TV shows and really commercializing the success of that into just about everything, video games, all that stuff. Bob did a lot with the music, specifically their live performances, started with that. So again, kind of way ahead of the, marketing and I would say oversaturation of the market of something that you're doing that is a cartoon. So started that one, it was really good with that. Moved on to film, and what he thought was going to be the next thing was interactive film. You would go to the theater to watch a movie, and you could vote on what you wanted the outcome to be. It's hard to determine exactly how many movie theaters were set up from about this. Wikipedia says 42. I read in some news articles from back in the day 120. I saw as little as a dozen. So let's say 12 to 120 somewhere in there, or you can just go with the Wikipedia 40-odd theaters that were set up. These were Lowe's theaters, and there was 3 buttons, a red, a yellow, and a green button. And you would hit one of these for what you wanted the outcome of that scene to be. As far as I can see, these were only set up in the United States. There were none of these in Canada, none in Europe, just done here, mostly in New York and LA. I found one article, I think, from the Midwest, but most of them were primarily in the big cities. It cost $70,000 for the theater to outfit their theater. And it was only one theater within the multiplex that got these buttons. So it was a big investment for these theaters to get this. How they distributed it, though, it was $3, and you could go to the movie and you could sit there all day if you wanted. You could watch it as many times you wanted for that $3. And there was also hype people at the theaters, especially when it first started, and they would be getting you excited on this new technology and telling you how to do it. Now, not only did they do that, they actually have an introduction at the beginning of the film by A. Whitney Brown. Oh my God, if you're in your 40s and you watched SNL back in the early 90s, you know who A. Whitney Brown was. He did the Weekend Update, also did a lot of the writing for the show back then. Also kind of just in the zeitgeist of the early 90s as a stand-up comedian. He kind of reminds me of Dr. Forrester from Mystery Science Theater 3000. I'm going for a lot of out-of-touch nerdy references here, people, but I think you'll get it. All the news articles that you can find of this point to one thing. It annoyed the hell out of people over the age of 30. They didn't like that if there was an open seat, kids would run to it and they'd push the button that they wanted to see, and they'd be giggling and they'd be laughing and people running around the whole time. It's kind of a chaotic movie-going experience. Many complaints of it being loud, rowdy crowds. But again, that's what you kind of wanted when you set out to put an interactive movie. They wanted you acting in the movie with the story. Now, this isn't necessarily the first interactive movie of all time. 1967 at Expo 67, the Czech film Kinomat. I don't know how to pronounce it. That is the world's first interactive movie. There was 127 seats in that theater, and they had a red and a green button. There were 2 reels going on for 2 movies, one with a red film, one with a green one. It would tabulate your votes, and it would show you there was 9 different points in the movie where there'd be different scenes. Now, each of those scenes would kind of branch out and then parallel into a specific ending, and it would branch again, and then branch again. So there's only 2 different scenes that you could see, but it would always come to the same conclusion. So the movie could play out kind of regardless of what you pick. Pretty much a lost film for a very long time. Once the communism took over in Czechoslovakia, they got rid of this because it was kind of a political satire movie. So it was definitely not seen for many years. Now, in 1995, 3 years after I'm Your Man, Mr. Payback said it was going to be the first interactive movie of the United States, or world for that matter. Again, it is obviously not. There was 2 before it. This movie has been panned so much, I need to see it. There is allegedly Christopher Lloyd in blackface in this movie. No copies of this can be found. It was only on these weird laser discs that they showed in the theaters. Never actually released on DVD. At least to my knowledge, I could not find one. I couldn't find a picture of one. I can't find a story of it. There may have been a European release of this. Again, it was a 20-minute movie, which this I'm Your Man kind of is also. I'm Your Man did not do very well at the movie theater. Actually, it bombed. It was very bad. These movie theaters ripped out that technology that they spent $70,000 on to put in 1992 very quickly as this kind of flamed out almost as soon as it came in. Lost a lot of money, so in 1998 they decided to release this on DVD to kind of recoup this. Now you can find this DVD for $2-3 on eBay. I think I paid $4 for it with free shipping just to get it. So if you must play this, you can, but we also have the full playthrough of all 3 storylines on our channel. So since we gave you that long history, since this is kind of the birth of full motion video gaming here in the United States, I thought it deserved a little bit more of a story than we normally do for our games and our reviews. But that said, we are going to still give you a review very quickly, the 10 points that we get. Looking graphics, it looks like a film. The sets are very cheap. They're not good at all. The look is a 7, but it feels like a 1992 independent comedy, which this actually is. Number 2, the gameplay. It's actually pretty responsive for a DVD, I must say. There's usually a red, a green, yellow thing that come up on the screen. You can just kind of mouse over what you want to hit. You click on it. You can actually play this on your PC if you want to. It'll read it on your DVD drive, which no one has anymore, so I guess that's irrelevant. But the gameplay with this is it goes in real time, all 3 of the characters that are in it, so you kind of switch cameras back and forth. So the gameplay overall is 5. It plays like a DVD choose-your-own adventure game. So what is that story? This is Leslie. She has got this information on her boss, which she needs to give to the FBI. Her boss, Richard, yes, Dick, is a bad guy in this one. He's got this information and doesn't want to give this info to the FBI. Now, Jack is just trying to get his swerve on in 1992, so he kind of, party crashes this party that Leslie is going in to meet this FBI informant. He whispers to her, "I'm your man." Well, that is the 3 words that the FBI informant was supposed to say to her to let her know that she was the guy she needs to tell us to. So she thinks Jack is an FBI agent when really just a horny old guy. This leads to a lot of hijinks, a lot of running around this party/apartment building. The story's okay here. It's not bad. It'll keep you interested for the 12 to 15 minutes that you play it. 6 overall for the story. Number 4, the dialogue. You can tell they were trying to be silly with this one. You were trying to tell that they were trying to make this a comedy, but with some thrilling aspects to it. Really fills the void of what it is. It's silly when it needs to be silly. It's just as serious as it needs to be. Almost tries to go like spoofiness of, action movies. 8 overall for the dialogue. Number 5, the consequences of your decisions. You get some very different scenes when you skip around in this one, which I like, and you get to see it in real time kind of with each character, which makes it even better. So the consequences of your decisions is very good for this one. 9 overall for consequences. Number 6, the acting. There are big name actors in this one. A. Whitney Brown, who did the Weekend Update on SNL. Mark Metcalf, you may recognize him. He's in a couple of Twisted Sister videos. I remember him from that, very good. But I mean, he's Niedermeyer from Animal House. Again, for the kids. They will really appreciate that reference from 40 years ago. Talking about references from 40 years ago, Kevin Seal was a VJ, video jockey. You actually saw videos on MTV back in the day, kids. They would show music and it had a video on behind it, and he was the VJ for it. He did that. He did a couple other bit acting roles as well. He plays Jack. Colleen Quinn is the woman in this one, not in too much else. And if you look in the background, Michael Ian Black and Ben Garant, I believe, from Reno 911. Ben is from. He did a lot of the writing and acting in it. Michael Ian Black's been in 100 things. They allegedly, depending on where you look, they may have written this as well, but Bob takes most of the credit for it. But they're in this one too. The acting is very good, 8 overall. Number 7, direction and cinematography. It's passable. The sets are pretty bad. You can tell they filmed this in like a day or two, that they rented a limo and they shot all the scenes in it, and that's probably about it. There are no shots in here that you think that Terrence Malick did this. It's okay. 3 overall for direction and cinematography. The music. Joe Jackson did the music for this one. Not the piece of shit Joe Jackson that is the father of Michael LaToya. No, this is the really good Joe Jackson. Stepping Out in 1982 is probably what he's most known for, but he has a jazzy type of music and vibe to him. Very good music. Music overall is easily a 10. It is great. Shocking that they spent the money to get an actual really good professional artist to do this. I'm still amazed by that. Number 9, how inventive is this game? It's a 10. Jesus Christ, this hadn't been done before. They were totally revolutionizing something in the movie-going experience. 10 out of 10 for inventiveness, obviously. Number 10, fun. How much fun is the game? It is not very much fun. It's a DVD choose-your-own adventure game where the story gets kind of old very quickly. After one playthrough, you really don't want to play it again. 2 overall for fun. But again, it's just 12 to 15 minutes. You're not agonizing over this game either. Final score is 68. But what is the final verdict for this one? Is this one, should you be dropping $3.50 to get this shipped to your house from eBay? The score isn't that bad as 68, but there's really no reason to play this other than this nostalgia. If you just kind of want to see how it looks, we've got a playthrough of all 3 characters' stories up on here on our channel. They're 12 to 15 minutes long. You'll get the vibe real quick. If you must buy this game, go ahead, pay the $4 for it and do it like I did. But otherwise, just watch a video here and I think you'll be good. That said, had a lot of fun doing this one. This one was a lot of fun getting a little bit of the information from it too. And if you want to learn out more about FMV gaming, please hit subscribe. We do a ton of these videos. We're going to do more. We're hopefully developer interviews and more reviews and more gameplays and more walkthroughs. So hit like and subscribe and we'll do more of these. Thank you. Have a good one.